All right. So understanding how people are buying, just so you know, people are everybody, including you are an energy field that is driven by emotions, right? That's what you are. You're an energy field driven by emotions. And your emotions are trying to communicate to this informed buyer, right? Because would you say that more people buying today are informed? Is that true? And I bet some of you, I'll be surprised. One of the things I ask is, so before I even present anything to you or even talk about anything, what kind of research did you already do? What kind of research did you do? Because I rather not tell you things you already know. And I bet a lot of you don't don't do that. I bet a lot of you don't do that. But why wouldn't you? Is that logical? Can you type in logical? I think it's logical to ask the question, what kind of research did you do? And if they say no research, then you say to them, well, can I share the research with you? I'll share it with you. And let me share it in this way. And why I get ready to share it, Aaron, who's on here, Aaron and my wife were business partners together. And Aaron's a master copywriter. Okay. He's a master copywriter, along with so many other things. He has an MBA and stuff. And when we started working together over a decade ago, you could imagine what kind of a response a copywriter sends to somebody in an email. It's like 30 pages long, I'm exaggerating some, of information about my question. And I would read, how many of you, like, you just don't read a lot of stuff? You need it like this. Give me bullets. Anybody else? Type in bullets. Anybody else like that? But how many of you love information? Go ahead, tell me. Type in info. You just love it. You're like, I want to read like 500 pages before we buy the TV. And how many of you buy the TV, never read the directions at all, and you just start pushing buttons? And you live with somebody who has anxiety that you're pushing the buttons and didn't read the manual, right? Are any of you like, you have anxiety? You're like, stop pushing the buttons, read the instructions, right? And you thought you could put the doll house together for your daughter on Christmas Eve without reading any instructions. And then you had to pull the whole thing apart because the one divider you can't fit, right? Is that anybody else? And you decided maybe you could cut the divider and glue it because you don't want to take it apart, right? So if we already know, and Aaron used to send me these long things, I say, Aaron, give me 4 bullets. That's all I need, right? So he's learned over the years, give Mike way less. He's not going to even read this stuff. But some people like to read it. So why don't I just ask them, what research did you do? And would you like me to give you the long detailed version, or do you just want the shortened bullet? And then guess what? For some of you that are on it, how many of you are actually in a sales role? You go communicate, someone says yes to you, and then they say, I'm going to buy or I'm not going to buy. Tell me in the chat bar. Do some of you? Yeah, a lot of you, right? I want to make it so simple for you that they turn around and they say to you, you know what, Bill? I love you so much because you made this so simple. You made it so simple for me. And really all you did was make it so simple. That's what you did. And you don't, when I was growing up in the trades and learning how to sell, people, and I did over 19 million in HVAC, and they would say, well, when you sell, there's a thing called a capacitor. Does anybody know what that is? Type in yes. Do you know what a capacitor is? It's this thing that's inside an air conditioner and stuff. And they would say, Bill, they'd say, oh, Mrs. Jones, that's a triple flux ignition system. And I'd be like, what? Triple flux what? Like, what are you trying to do? Confuse the customer into they're buying like a rocket ship from Elon Musk? Like, why do we got to be tricky? Why don't we just be trusted? Will you write that down? Like, you don't need to be tricky, right, Ryan? When you're trusted, you don't need that stuff. And when you guys start asking, all of you and gals, when you just make it simple and you say, hey, I'd like to let you know I'm here to serve you today, even if that's not using us, but the majority of people do, what's the best way that I can serve you? Because I don't want to give you information you don't need. I want to give it the way you need it. And I want to make this as fast and efficient as possible. And I've literally had people that I've never met before go like this. I have to go to the store. Here's the check. I signed it. Just write the amount in as long as it's under 10,000. Call me, send me a picture of it, lock the door. And I'd say, okay, but you're going to have to sign this invoice. And they'd say, I'll write a note that I approve anything. And they'd walk out and I'd go, okay, but guess what? They trusted me. I didn't take advantage. I didn't go, oh man, 10,000. Well, let me make some shit up here. Because if you do the right thing, how many of you heard this phrase? I think it's the stupidest thing ever said to the human race. Do unto others as they do unto you. That means if you're nasty to me, I should be nasty to you. If you stab me, I should stab you back. And my rule that I created that maybe you might want to consider is do unto others better than they do unto you. How does that sound as a phrase? Do unto others better than they do unto you. Because then you'll neutralize any of the stuff that sucks that you don't like, right? And then you'll live in a state where you're not carrying the weight. That's why I'm excited whoever's coming to boardroom tomorrow, because I'm gonna have him talk a couple minutes about how pain in the body, just write this down. The body follows the mind. The body follows the mind. So any of you that are dealing with body pains, I promise you it's from your mind. So back to the buyers. So we have emotional decisions. Oh man, I'm thinking about this. I'm scared about this. We have the informed buyers. And then we have the trust economy, right? These are the people that are like, yeah, I trust you, right? And when we have, I just answered for all of you, right? There's nothing for me to convince you of. I'm teaching you value. Are you guys getting value? Yes, I'm teaching you value. If you see me and my organization, I'm doing the talking, but I'm not the most brilliant. We have a team full of brilliant people. I have my whole team on here. I got Tara on here, Aaron's on here, my wife's on here, Michael's on here, Morgan's on here, Megan's. I got a whole team on here with you tonight. And they're all brilliant, right? So when you think of the process, I'm delivering value to you. Then I'm educating you. And I asked you if it's okay. Let me just tell you what we got going on. And I gave you a whole bunch of free trainings. And if you just take those and implement it, I am super happy for you. Some of you are going to go, hey, this makes sense to go spend time 3 days on my leadership. I know it's going to move me faster. And then I said, and guess what? If you can't afford the trainings, we'll finance it and we'll do our very best for you. At that point, you made a decision. Either we're a solution or not. Anything else I try to do will feel nasty and disgusting, like I'm trying to force you. And I don't want to force you. I just want to help you focus on a bigger future. So I'm just sharing with you, and you tell me, how did it feel on the other side? Did it feel like I'm manipulating you? Did I try to make up shit with you? Am I telling you you're a loser if you don't buy? No, I love you if you invest in solutions. I love you if you don't. I'm here to serve you. And that's exactly how it will work with your customers when you show up that way. Okay?